Okay, we just got a box in the mail from one of our favorite companies, Computer Geeks. And it's a little big, so we're going to have to put it on the floor, I think. And we'll take a look at what we got. Okay, we're going to open up that box, and then I guess just wanted to make a point that we're not knife snobs. I'm going to use this little cheap late night TV special giveaway type of knife. It did okay on that plastic tape. First thing I always notice about Comp Geeks is they always give you this inflatable air packs or whatever they are, and they're not too bad because compared to styrofoam, which I hate, you know, just solid styrofoam because you have to throw away the giant thing. It's unwieldy. And styrofoam peanuts are just about as bad, could even be even worse because they get all messy. But one of the reasons I wanted to show you the knife before is I knew that when I order from Comp Geeks, I'm going to get this as the packaging. And you just go ahead and pop each of these with whatever, these air packets. Let a kid do it, stomp on it, whatever. But anyhow, what you're left with is just some, you know, a small plastic bag. Easy to throw away, easy to deal with. Works good for protecting the packaging, and they've been doing this for a long time. So I always end up getting a pretty big bag from them, and I don't know if this means it's recyclable or not, but if it is, that's a bonus. But it's just, I think it's nice for the customer to get something like this that's very clean, easy to get rid of, and you're not left with these, you know, 3 foot by 3 foot styrofoam pieces like we used to be when we used to buy like a computer monitor or something. So anyway, enough about the packaging. Let's look at the loot we got. Now we have a couple of projects that we have to do for our, well, non-YouTube stuff, for things that we do to make money, and that's so I needed to get some tools for the office. The first thing we got was this 35mm slide and negative film scanner. So it's basically a 5 megapixel camera mounted in this little housing with a bracket that's going to hold either an old 35mm negative or an old 35mm slide. And again, we need these for a project. This is a fairly inexpensive thing to get at Comp Geeks. It would have cost me, I think the cheapest one was maybe $50 or $60 at a big box store, and this one cost me $30. I wanted to try out one of these at least. One of the channels that we watched, Davin the Geek, had been doing some stuff with his tablet, so I want to try one out. I haven't had a tablet in a while, and I suspect that they're a lot better than the last time I used one. So this one, I think, was $20, $19 on sale. We'll do a review of that. What do we got here? Something in some kind of packaging here. Something in there. Oh, I think this might be a piece of RAM. So this is a piece of memory for a computer, and it's in this big cardboard box. I'm not sure why. I guess so that this little thing doesn't get lost in their warehouse, maybe. And then a piece of bubble wrap, and then a clamshell. In other words, so this doesn't get static shock from all the packaging and stuff. So anyway, it's a piece of RAM. I have no idea what it's for. One of our computer guy probably got it from one of our computers, I guess. I'm not going to review that because I wouldn't know where to begin. Just a piece of RAM. I got this little set of speakers, and I think these were like $7. So my one laptop doesn't have very good speakers, and I thought for $7 I'd risk seeing what a pair of $7 speakers can do. This is a cordless mouse that I have no idea, so I guess the computer guy got that. An IDE to SATA, so it's some sort of hard drive adapter. I'll let him review it, or else we won't review it. This is in the capture, though, and we've got two new captures, and actually I think they're exactly the same. This one's just in different packaging, but basically it's video capture. I can come from a VCR, or in our case the wireless cameras that we've reviewed recently, and bring them into USB, and capture them on a computer, which is of course what we want for the YouTube. So that one's actually for us to play with YouTube. And then this is a card reader. I'd recently been doing some videos on the Altoids tin that I use to hold my to store my SD cards. This is a card reader that also has some built-in storage, and we'll do a review of this. This was about $6, so I thought I'd give it a shot. Most of the laptops have card readers, but every once in a while I go somewhere where someone doesn't have a card reader in their computer, and this will give me the access. It doesn't seem very big. It's like a stack of credit cards, a small deck of cards. This is some kind of LED light on a flexible sort of length of, I want to call it cable, but anyway, some flexible stuff, and it looks like it plugs into the USB, so I'm guessing that's a small light for a keyboard maybe, if you're working at night. Here we've got, oh, this is interesting. This one is about $40, I think, and it's I got this one. I can plug this into one of the external drives that we bought, and we've just recently bought some external USB drives that are 1 terabyte to live on our network. But because they're USB, we plug them into a computer, which either needs to be on or it needs to be turned on whenever you want to transfer files over to that hard drive. Well, what this is a little $40 unit. I think it was $30 or $40, and the USB plugs in this side, the RJ45 plugs in this side, and that takes your external USB drive and turns it into a network device. And the appeal there is that the hard drive can just be left on with this little gizmo, and now the computers can be on or off and access that hard drive. I'm not sure, because this will be plugged into a wireless router, if that'll also allow it to be found wirelessly, but I suspect it would be. So anyway, this will be an interesting device. Now, a typical network storage is going to be, even a cheap one is still, almost $200, and a USB drive we bought for like $89. So if I paid $40 for this and $80 for my hard drive, I still beat buying a network drive, I think. So anyway, that'll be an interesting one, and if it works for us, then I think that'll be the way to go until network drives start getting a little bit cheaper. We've got an itemized invoice. That's always good. We've got this wireless mini keyboard. The appeal here is if you're doing a home theater or home entertainment system, and you need that keyboard to access things or control things. This lets you keep the keyboard nice and handy. It's sort of like a laptop with a little touchpad, and we'll do a review of what that's for and how that works in the future. This is just another sort of test. This is an inexpensive headset with a boom mic, and the idea here is if we're using Skype or one of those online phone things, this gives the ability to kind of hear privately and of course communicate two-way with the computer. Still got stuff coming out of the box. This looks like another wireless mouse. Somebody must be going through mice. Now we've got a PCMCIA, what is this? LAN card. So it's a wireless network card that plugs into that credit card looking plug into a side of a laptop. I'm guessing somebody bought a laptop or somebody has a laptop that's not connected to our wireless network, so they needed that. And then this one is pretty big. This is probably the reason the box was so big. And it's what we're looking at is a Lexmark, if I can get that in there, 2600M color computer. And I really don't care that it's a color printer. It's a scanner, and this is about $40. And I've been looking around because I need a scanner for this project, along with that film scanner to do some other, regular photographs. And searching for a scanner, I don't know if anybody's done this recently, is pretty tough. Scanners cost like $80, and it didn't work for the budget to buy a $80 scanner. So this printer was $40, and it's like one of them all-in-one printers. It was less than $40, I think. So even if the print cartridge runs out at some point, actually it probably won't, because we have laser printers. So we aren't going to even use the printer function of it. I guess it'll be nice to have it as a backup printer. But what it'll do for us is become a $40 scanner. And we did look at the specs, and it doesn't go any slower or any less detailed than the $89 or $100 scanners. And here we finally have the last item, and it's just kind of dumb. Well, I suspect we might have bought this for a kid or something. This is sort of an aluminum box to hold CDs, and I don't want to open it up because it's not mine, but it's one of these aluminum type, I would call it an aluminum toolbox, but it's meant to hold CD-ROMs or DVDs. So quite a bit of stuff. A couple of things I think we'll probably do reviews on for sure, since we'll be using them on YouTube, is this capture. And like I say, we bought another one from another company, but on first glance they look to be exactly the same, so that'll be interesting. Either they are or they're not, and we'll go look at the details of how these work and why you'd want one, and you know, anything that we could find about those that's interesting. I think we'll probably do a review on this little card reader slash storage. Again, a $6 item. It might be good for a gift or something to people too. And then definitely a review on this, because I think this might be a way, if someone's looking for the same thing we are, which is external storage, access for multiple computers without the need of having a computer online to access it. Something like this might be useful for people, especially, like I say, people like myself that have already bought USB drives for that purpose. For 40 bucks can convert them over to network drives. Speakers, I guess leave us a comment if you care about a $7 pair of speakers or not. The slide thing I'll probably do a review on, because this is kind of interesting to me too. It's always nice to have to do computer projects where you get to buy, you know, equipment like this, because I'm probably going to end up using this equipment for some of my own slides at the end by the time I'm all done. And then again, this little headset thing, I don't remember how much it cost, but it wasn't much, so if anyone's interested, I guess we could do a review on it. I guess we'll probably do a review on this light, just because we do light reviews. And then I'll definitely do a review on this tablet. I suspect there's other people out there like myself that are considering it. You know, this is basically an alternative to a mouse or a trackball or something. Ideally, what it's going to do is, you know, I grew up using a pen instead of a mouse to do my doodles and things. So if I can draw with this better than I can with a mouse, and I'm like a lot of people, I think I really do not draw well with a mouse. I figured for 20 bucks it's a good first step into the world of tablets. So I'll probably do a review on that one, and I guess feel free to leave comments. Let us know if you're still interested in seeing these types of videos where we're busting open boxes of loot. I just figured since we had delivery coming, I might as well turn the camera on here. So stay tuned for future reviews.